All right, welcome back to the Beans No Ball podcast. And this Sunday morning, like as we said in the last episode, we would like to try something different here. And this episode is going to be a little mini episode. And this is, we're calling it Sunday morning chat. This is just going to be a little talk between me and Christian, maybe a guest here and there. That just before the Sunday games, or obviously this will be coming out around the time the early slate is. So, Christian, I guess would you like to introduce what we're doing this morning?
So we're gonna switch up a bit from what we usually do. So first, we're gonna introduce a new segment called Cash or Trash, which basically is kind of like Boomer Bust, kind of our own little way. So we're gonna go with one specific position a week, and we're just gonna name our Cash Player of the Week, which is the player that's going to go off, and then our trash player of the week, which is the player that's going to do bad. So we're going to go by position each week. We're going to start off with the quarterbacks this week. We're going to name our cash quarterback, our trash quarterback, and we're going to go off from there. We're going to have a little guest star, which is our little friend that has been wanting to be on here for 2 weeks now since we started.
I think since we started.
He's gonna come in, join the podcast for a bit, and then we're gonna finish it off with some fantasy updates.
And on top of that, just before we start, we will just give a quick rundown on what's going on around the league. Obviously, right now, Sunday morning, at the time of recording, the London game is going on. Minnesota's up 7-0 as we speak.
I forgot that.
Honestly, I mean, probably the big storyline right now it's Tua. I mean, we all saw what happened Thursday night. Prayers to him. Obviously, he's out of the hospital. He's in recovery. Hope to see a speedy recovery for him after just a really vicious injury. He was out unconscious. He was locked up, and I mean, you just hate to see that, especially for a young up and comer like him. You hope to see him recover soon and be back out on the field in this really really good year he's been having.
Yeah, man. When I found out about it, I just got home and I had to leave because I wasn't able to watch the game. And then it's all over my Instagram saying, "Oh, Tua carted off with an injury. Tua knocked off." I'm like, "What the hell happened to Tua?" So then I saw I thought he got super badly hit, right? But he just got sacked and he hit his head on the ground. And when I saw that he wasn't moving good and his fingers were locked, I'm like, dude, no way. I was like, especially after the concussion he got against the Bills, there's no way that medical staff cleared him to play.
Yeah,
that was really really bad. And there's already people making memes about it. Can't be making memes about injured players. Come on now. But I'm glad Tua's doing well right now, but there's no way he plays today. If he plays today, that staff has
they're not playing. They just play Thursday night,
That's true. They do play Thursday.
So,
I doubt he's gonna play it. I doubt he's gonna play, man.
No, I mean he shouldn't. I mean he should be out.
Yeah, there's no reason.
You would think at least a month. Just really, I mean, obviously, like you said, it didn't look like he came down hard, but it's just with head injuries, it's really delicate. I mean, obviously, he came down hit the back of his head.
The back of it was
twice.
Part of the back of the head. So.
First the Bills injury, his head fell back, and this one against the Bengals, his head fell back.
There's no way he plays next week. That's literally impossible.
Yeah, so obviously that's the big storyline heading in. We'll get really more into it for our next episode, the full episode. But for now, let's get started on this new segment on the cash or trash. I guess Christian, go ahead and give yours first.
So, starting the cash or trash segment, today we'll be going over the quarterback position. So, my cash quarterback for the week, I'm low-key, I'm going to go with the obvious choice. I'm going to go Mahomes here. I feel like Mahomes is going to have a really big game against Tampa. They have that big, solid defense, but, I feel like Mahomes is going for, a good solid three touchdowns maybe against Tampa. But, again, I do feel like it's going to be a shootout. But it's Mahomes we're talking about. So, that's my cash player of the week for the quarterbacks. My trash player of the week, I'll have to go Justin Fields. You know how I said in the beginning of the season, I had high hope for Justin Fields that I wanted him to do well. but from how he's playing, he hasn't really been progressing at all. Like, what has he been like? How many yards has he thrown so far? Like 200 something, like around there. If I remember,
I don't know, but I mean, he's been solid enough. Obviously, he's got him at 2-1, but I mean,
yeah, like he's doing well right now, but I don't think he's gonna do well. I really doubt he's gonna do well this week. You know, especially the controversy that's been going on. Like, is Justin Fields worth it to be at this position at QB, or is he not? And I wanted him to succeed really good. I really wanted him to succeed, but just the way he's been playing lately, I really doubt he's going to succeed today. So that's going to be my trash player of the week.
All right. And, well, I mean, yeah, start this off. This is probably another obvious pick, just like you said. But, I mean, you got to go with this. To me, my cash player of the week is going to be Jalen Hurts. And, I mean, he's going up against a really surprising team, obviously, in the Jaguars, which that could give him a struggle. We'll see if the Jaguars hype is for real here. But to me, I mean, as we've been saying the past couple episodes, he's been the MVP favorite. He's been on everyone's radar. He just really has it going with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. And I mean, it's kind of hard to go with anyone else as just our first pick. I really think he's gonna go for a couple hundred yards, maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns. I feel like he will exploit the Jaguars, even though it really does make me happy to see the Jaguars kind of starting to pick it up a bit. But yeah, I think at least this week, Jalen's gonna like really give him a run here. And for my trash player, this is, I guess, another one that you could just go with as how it's been looking. But I'm thinking Ryan Tannehill, just because he's in a matchup with the Colts, which they're both struggling, but they're both coming off of a nice, surprising and much needed victory. But I mean, to me, it's just he's gonna be what's holding them back, obviously. And to me, I don't see Derrick Henry having too much of a game, even though I would like him to, being on my fantasy team. But just with Derrick Henry, probably being contained by the Indy defense, I'm thinking obviously that's going to be too much on Tannehill. Again, who knows if they end up having to throw in Malik Willis, and that obviously hurts him even more. But we'll see. To me, I'm thinking Ryan Tannehill as my trash player of the week.
Solid picks. About to agree with you.
Yeah. So moving on, we're gonna have a guest on here on this mini episode. It's a good friend of ours who he's a fan of the podcast. He'll watch every week, and we're
just wait till the fan of the team he is.
And without further ado, let's bring him on in here. Our first guest to the Beans No Ball podcast, Carbajal.
Hey, thanks guys for having me on the podcast. I'm Antonio, and I'm a Packers fan.
Yeah, we don't like you because you're a Packers fan, but we'll let it slide today.
Yeah, so to get your segment off, I mean, let's get your take on how the Packers are doing this year. What have you seen? What do you like? What do you not like?
So what I've seen is Rodgers can still swing the ball. The receiving core needs some work. They're just a bunch of rookies on the receiving core, and I feel like they just need a little more experience. So throughout the season, they may get better, hopefully. If not, the offense is going to be struggling. But the good thing is the Packers' defense is actually good for once. The corners have been doing pretty solid. The safeties are doing good. The line being led by Gary has just been like a force to be reckoned with. Like, they shut down Brady last game against Tampa Bay, held them to 12 points, right? So if offense doesn't pick it up, defense can at least carry some of the weight for now, at least. But if they want to make playoffs, those receivers got to do some work. O-line has to stay healthy, of course, and Aaron Rodgers got to keep doing what he's doing.
All right, solid take from Carball.
Yeah, local cheesehead.
Yeah, I don't like cheeseheads. I think you should just leave the segment and never come back.
That's why I picked them to miss the playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying?
and on our downfall. All right.
All right, so moving on now. Thank you, Carval. But moving on now to our last little thing for today would be the fantasy updates.
Yeah, and
David,
of course
would you like
he
to
is
take
in
the
our
lead?
fantasy league, so
He
we're gonna
is
let him join us.
Roger
for the
Goodell's
segment.
butt plug.
Yeah.
Yes. David, would you like to start off?
Yeah, I guess obviously, Carvajal's my matchup this weekend, so I'm gonna give a little rundown on what I got. Obviously our teams are gonna be here on screen, and my lineup this week is pretty much what I got every week. I got Matthew Stafford at quarterback, which I mean let's hope he does good tomorrow against the Niners. I mean it's always a struggle with him, but we'll see how that goes. And my running backs are going to be Derrick Henry and Saquon. That's always my 1-2 punch. Obviously, Saquon's been doing good this year. Derrick Henry's been disappointing. I'm keep predicting him to have a slow week against Indy, but I mean at least I would hope he at least gets me enough to get something going here. And my receivers, which they've been good, but then obviously Tyreek already got me a solid almost 26 points on Thursday night, which I hope that's enough to keep going. And I got Mike Williams as my other receiver, which he's a little boomer bust here and there, but I mean I hope this week against Houston he'll have a solid game. And of course a tight end I just picked up this weekend after he had a big game against in this the Thursday nighter last week. I picked up David Njoku, who I hope he can keep that success going. My flex is Allen Robinson, which let's hope Stafford starts getting the ball a little more. My defense is the Chiefs. That's it's a tough game, obviously a big matchup against the Buccaneers, but let's hope they don't give up too many points. And I mean I got the Chiefs winning that game regardless, so I got enough trust in them. And finally, my kicker Carlson from the Raiders. He's been solid this year. He doesn't miss that much. He's a pretty easy guy to go with. So I feel confident with what I got so far.
All right, so solid pickups. So with me, my team, my team like you said too. My team's a little boomer bust sometimes because kind of got unlucky. But so like at QB, I have Matt Ryan. That was kind of my the last resort since Dak got injured, so that hurt me a lot. So Matt Ryan going up against the Titans, I don't really. It's hard, man, because Ryan Tannehill is the reason. Not Ryan Tannehill. Matt Ryan's the reason why I've been freaking shitting that bus was freaking the fantasy. But if you can get me at least 20 today, dude, I'd be fucking happy. Like I'd be excited. But let's see from that. My running backs, I got Aaron Jones again this time. Dude, if this is the day again where he doesn't get me like 10 points, and then next week I bench him and he does get like 30, I'm gonna be pissed off. I don't know what's with Aaron Jones and inconsistency, but I got him and Zeke. The way Kellen Moore was utilizing Zeke last on Monday with the Giants, he got me a good amount of points. Not gonna lie, could have used him a little more, but that's fine. But I feel like we can use him a lot today against Washington. It could be a nice secure dub for us, hopefully. My receivers, I got A.J. Brown and Jay Jettis. Jay Jettis is playing right now. I think he's got me a couple points right now. I don't think it's a decent amount. I don't got the game up right now, but I got him at receiver. So with A.J. Brown, going against the Lions, I feel like he's going to go far. Today against the Lions, I feel like he's going to have a field day today. Give me a good solid points. My tight end, I have Mike Gesicki. That was kind of like my last resort, him or Kyle Rudolph, but I stick with Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki, he's not bad. They just don't feed him the ball as much, so I'm really hoping for like a decent game for him. The flex, I got Jarvis Landry. He's also playing today. I checked, he's giving me a couple points too, so I'm not too mad about that. My kicker, I think I got Matt Prater. From the last time I checked, so Matt Prater, good leg, so I really expect him to at least, decent amount of points today. And then I had my Bengals D. They already played. I think they got me 10 points. So right now I'm doing well, but it really just all depends on Matt Ryan.
I think you got McPherson, don't you?
I don't have McPherson.
I have McPherson.
Oh,
Yeah, he has. I don't have
he's going
Prater.
down.
Got me a good 11 points.
I get him mixed
I
up.
have Prater and Matt Gay. I think I'm starting Prater.
All right, so my lineup has, of course, Evan McPherson. Give me 11 points. Just a kicking, 11 points. So, my QB is Justin Herbert. Hopefully his ribs are feeling better, you know. You could tell it affected him against Jacksonville. But this week they have a semi-good matchup against, what is it?
The Texans. So
The Texans. Oh, so it should, hopefully he does good this game. He should. And then my two running backs are going to be Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's just been just carrying my fantasy. He's been getting points. He's averaging 20 something points every game for me. And then my backup running back is Jamal Williams for the Lions since DeAndre Swift got hurt. I decided to put him in instead of Deontay Harris or Damien Harris. So hopefully those guys give me some good points. And then my receiving core that I have is Gabe Davis, Cooper Kupp, and Zay Jones, the rookie from Jackson. I feel like he's going to pop off watch. He's going to be good. And then my defense is the 49ers, probably the best defense in the league. So shouldn't be surprised if they shut down the Rams. But whatever.
I don't know about that. You're gonna lose some points there tomorrow night.
Okay then.
I don't think you do have Prater, Christian.
I don't.
You got the forget his name, the Eagles kicker.
Jake Elliott? Oh,
Elliott. There you go. Yeah, you got
right.
Elliott. Just checked it.
I
Yeah.
thought I picked up my Prater. I don't remember, bro. I barely just picked my
At least that's
lineup.
who you have on your starting right now. So
Yeah, so I think it is him. I don't know why I said Prater. I swear to God, I thought I picked Prater. Whatever.
So with all that being said, that's gonna wrap up the fantasy segment here. So thank you for being here, Carvajal.
Thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure to be here.
All right, so that was a very atrocious segment with our guest. We didn't expect him to have shitty audio and quality. It just came to my mind that somebody here in this podcast, not gonna name names, but he's in this right now, just told me he had an iPhone 6. When were you gonna tell me?
We don't have to shame him for it, but hey, I mean, hey, we work with what we got. I mean, obviously from the start we said it's gonna be a little rocky, didn't we?
Yep.
So
I guess.
I mean, and still, obviously, I mean, it's nice to have some extras on here. You know, just expand a bit. Obviously, I mean, we might keep doing this for the future. Obviously, it kind of was a little rocky for our kind of
this episode too was
part of
rocky.
this.
This episode was rocky.
It was a little rocky, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's the morning. We're tired.
It's a weekend. It's the morning, and obviously this was kind of like a last second addition in our minds to do this because we want to just expand this a little bit. But I mean, in the coming weeks, this is gonna get a little smoother, just as the episodes have been. So that's hopefully. I mean, that wraps up what our first little Sunday morning chat. I guess hopefully a little more improvement for week 5, and I guess Christian send us off here.
Got nothing else much to say. Like you said, we work with what we get, what we got. You know, we'll try to improve it a bit. You know, hopefully get some guest stars that have decent quality. But other than that, it wraps up this episode.